Hello everyone. How are you all today? This is I am back to continue my series 1, episode 2 of um the things that can change a relationship in a marriage. So today I'm not going to be long on my video. I just wanted to talk about friends. So when you are in a marriage, I'm not for the idea of, oh, because you're married you just ignore all your friends or chase them all away. No, I think that's unhealthy. However, when you're in a marriage, you know make sure your friends are your true friends. Open your eyes. We as human beings, we have different friends in different categories. Not all our friends are our best friends, and not all our friends are friends you can open up completely to. So, when you have friends in when in your marriage, just be mindful who you tell what. That's if you have to tell anything at all, whether it's going so well for you in that marriage, or you're uh, dealing with a rocky time in your marriage. Be mindful of which friend you talk to about it, and what and to what extent you talk about it, because there are some friends who are actually frenemies. And but if you're not careful, if you're so carefree and not watching people's behavior in certain situations, or the kind of questions they're asking um, about your personal life, you have to watch, and or open your eyes and your mind and actually watch and see who is a true friend, and also be careful, so that way you will also be able to notice when someone can be an opportunist, for example, to swoop in when there's a situation, to take advantage of that situation. If it's a friend that just want to have what you have, or the jealous type, they don't necessarily want what you have, but they just want to scatter everything. They just want to see you in pain, or maybe you did something and you don't even know, you've forgotten about it, and they're bearing that grudge, and they just want to see you in pain. So friends can be amazing in a marriage if you find a good friend that is something solid, because such a friend is going to be by your side, is going to support you, is going to be like a wonderful sister that you never had. And such a person is a shoulder to cry on, and someone to rejoice with, and someone to you can talk to. But it's important that you're careful, because there are friends who have betrayed their friendship, because because they are internally jealous, and these kind of things, the red flags in friends, they kind of have moments that they kind of spark, like electric light that sparks but didn't actually go on to cause a fire. If you don't pick up those moments, it can be very detrimental, because when you have your happy moments and you're sharing it with such a friend, you can see how you're going to make them even more angry, and they can plot to bring you down, mess up your relationship. Or if you're dealing with a rocky time and you're confiding in such a friend, you can see how they can decide to use that opportunity to swoop in, even cook up things you didn't say, mix it with the ones you said, and deliver it into your family, to your spouse or whatever. And real problems begin, and confusion, real problems begin. You would even, depending on the kind of person your spouse is, you might not even get a chance to actually explain what happened, or you try to explain, but because it's the truth mixed with lies, and in the context in which you are saying it is no longer in that context because it's been twisted, it can become a little bit hard for your spouse um, to kind of completely believe what you're saying, because it can be a case of, I get, okay, I get it, but how about this? It's just two of us that know this. How come she knows about it? Therefore, it can bring about trust becoming cracked, and that can lead to several other problems. So, even if it's something that is going to be fixed, it's going to take longer than it was supposed to take to get it fixed. So, it's important that you know you open your eyes to know which friend is probably also talking to you about themselves, but watch what you say to your friends, and kind of look at weigh the weight, weigh whatever they're saying to you as well about themselves. Is this something that anybody can hear about and it doesn't matter? And what you are saying, is it something that some people might hear about and they see you differently? Like I said, the bottom line is be mindful, be sure that you fully trust this friend before you start divulging things. That's if you even need to talk about anything about your family, very intimate things like that. And another thing is, as human beings, we can knowingly or unknowingly get into situations that we're not really proud of, but is in the past, and you've moved on from it, and you've done everything you can to dissociate yourself from those kind of situation or anything that would put you in that kind of situation. But then you have this one or two friends who knows about your past. Be careful when you move on with your life and find the type of happiness or things that would add to your happiness, I should say, because as human beings you should be able to be happy within yourself as a person that you are. You should be able to be happy with or without a spouse, or with or without anybody. Just be happy with who you are, embrace who you are. However, when you have a spouse or you have good friends, all of that adds to your happiness, or you have children or good relatives or whatever it is. All of that is just addition to the happiness that you already have. However, when you have a jealous friend who knows about your past that you're not particularly proud of and you've moved on from, but they find out that, say, your spouse right now don't really know about that past, and you really want that to stay in the past because you're not whatever it is that made you dabble into that situation that you're not proud of, you've moved away from it and you don't want it to surface in your life anymore. But this jealous friend can dig it up if they find out that your spouse happened not to know about it. If you find yourself in that kind of situation, the best thing to do would be to tell your spouse by yourself. Otherwise, they can use that to blackmail you. They can use that to scatter your home, your peace, any day they like, you know. So that's one more thing I wanted to mention. So this is Monica Ngozi. Have a beautiful rest of the day. I'll see you in a few days. Bye-bye.